You can't bring balance to a warring world without getting into a few scraps along the way. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Avatar: The Last Airbender fights. For this list, we'll be looking at the greatest battles from across this legendary animated series, ranking them on their impact and just how iconic they've become. Keep in mind, we won't be including any fights from The Legend of Korra, since she deserves her own list. Number 10, White Lotus versus the Fire Nation. Step aside, kids, the OG Benders are about to step up to the plate.
Well, look who's here!
As the last stages of the war with the Fire Nation continues to escalate, Iroh, along with his fellow members of the Order of the White Lotus, lead the charge to liberate Ba Sing Se.
Ba Sing Se, the Order of the White Lotus is here.
Here to set you free.
Only once every 100 years can a firebender experience this kind of power.
It might sound like a suicide mission until you see these geezers decimate everything they come across. With Zhong, Paku, Bumi, and Piandao in tow, it's quickly established the insurgents don't stand a chance. Just another amazing layer to what was already shaping up to be a remarkable finale. Number 9, Aang and Katara vs Zuko and Azula.
It's just that for so long now, whenever I would imagine the face of the enemy, it was your face.
My face. I see.
No, that's not what I meant.
It's okay. I used to think this scar marked me. The mark of the banished prince, cursed to chase the Avatar forever.
It's the crossroads of destiny, where battle lines are drawn, and the moment all fans despaired as they watched Zuko cast his lot in with his villainous sister.
You are not the man you used to be, Zuko. You are stronger and wiser and freer than you have ever been. And now you have come to the crossroads of your destiny. It's time for you to choose.
Despite finding happiness in a simple life with his uncle, and even reaching an understanding with Katara, Zuko ultimately chooses to fight against the Avatar for the chance to reclaim his place at his father's side. It's as tragic as the fight is blinding, with a furious clash of elementals, followed by the shocking sight of Azula seemingly bringing down the Avatar with a bolt of lightning to the back. Number 8, Zuko vs Ozai. Brief yet brilliant, this tussle was the shining moment our boy Zuko decided he was done with being bad, directly challenging his father and declaring he was joining Aang.
But I've come to an even more important decision. I'm going to join the Avatar, and I'm going to help him defeat you.
Ozai might have thought he had the drop on his son by blasting him with lightning just as the day of Black Sun ends, but he didn't account for Zuko using Iroh's teachings to redirect it back in his tyrannical face. Throw in the bombshell that Zuko's mother is alive, and you've got yourself a pinnacle Avatar moment right here.
Coward! You think you're brave enough to face me, but you'll only do it during the eclipse. If you have any real courage, you'll stick around until the sun comes out. Don't you want to know what happened to your mother?
Number 7, Zuko vs Zhao. See what happens when you listen to Uncle Iroh? You get results.
Remember your firebending basics, Prince Zuko. They are your greatest weapons.
I refuse to let him win.
As an arrogant commando with an inflated ego to match Zuko's, Zhao did little to hide his distaste for the prince, eager to capture the Avatar for himself and the glory that would come with it.
If you have an ounce of loyalty left, you'll tell me what you've found.
I haven't found anything. It's like you said, the Avatar probably died a long time ago.
As tempers continue to flare, the two eventually come to blows via the ancient combat tradition of Agni Kai.
But in his eyes, you are a failure and a disgrace to the Fire Nation.
That's not true.
You have the scar to prove it.
Oh, maybe you'd like one to match.
Is that a challenge?
An Agni Kai at sunset.
Very well.
You'd think with his years of experience, Zhao would wipe the floor with the embittered royal teenager, but after following Iroh's advice, Zuko pulls off one of his earliest wins. Number 6, Katara vs Hama. The Fire Nation's subjugation of the world resulted in countless casualties and victims, but it also created a few monsters, and none were more terrifying than Hama.
Sorry to frighten you. My name is Hama. You children shouldn't be out in the forest by yourselves at night. I have an inn nearby. Why don't you come back there for some spiced tea and warm beds?
Originally appearing as a gentle old woman willing to assist Katara in improving her waterbending, it's revealed that she's the one responsible for a string of recent disappearances, all in the name of revenge against the Fire Nation for her imprisonment years ago.
I didn't know that spirits made prisons like this. Who brought you here?
It was no spirit.
It was a witch.
A witch? What do you mean? She seems like a normal old woman, but she controls people like some dark puppet master.
This leads us to the revelation that Hama is a bloodbender, whose drive for vengeance is so strong that Katara is left with little choice but to embrace the taboo art to save herself and her friends.
My work is done. Congratulations, Katara. You're a bloodbender.
Number 5, Azula vs everyone.
Do you really want to fight me?
Yes, I really do.
Zuko! I was wondering when you'd show up, Zuzu.
If you were in doubt that Azula was a badass, then you need only watch her take on the combined might of Aang, Zuko, Toph, Katara, and Iroh, and still walk away the winner. After driving her quarry to fatigue for days on end, the wicked princess takes on pretty much half the cast all at once.
Uncle.
Get up!
With an abandoned village serving as their battleground, Azula effortlessly demonstrates her incredible agility, cunning tactics, and insanely strong firebending. You know you're the MVP villain when you force a desperate alliance between your mortal enemies.
Well, look at this. Enemies and traitors, all working together.
Number 4, Aang, Katara, and Sokka versus Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee.
The Avatar. My lucky day.
A desperate escape from Omashu with Azula on their tail would normally be bad enough. But with the combined threat of her newest recruits, the city's roller coaster-like structure, and Bumi's life hanging in the balance, Aang and the rest barely survived this encounter.
Hang on, Bumi! Our ride's here!
Not only was the fight fast-paced and frantic, but it also highlighted that, while they weren't walking volcanoes like Azula, Mai and Ty Lee were still lethal in their own right and not to be underestimated. Number 3, Toph versus Earthbenders. How do you establish yourself as one of the series' greatest characters in just a single fight scene? Well, if you're Toph, you take on a group of deadly Earthbenders all by yourself and utterly trounce them.
Let him go! I beat you all before and I'll do it again!
The boulder takes issue with that comment.
Wait! They're mine.
With Aang captured, it falls to the blind bandit to take down the Rumble 6, which she does, like a boss. In spite of her ocular impairment, her sense of touch is beyond anything, allowing her to take every opponent to task with such fluidity and force that it leaves everyone breathless. No one messes with the Melon Lord.
Oh!
She's the greatest Earthbender I've ever seen.
Number 2, Zuko and Katara versus Azula. Where do we even begin with a showdown like this?
Sorry, but you're not going to become Fire Lord today. I am.
You're hilarious. And you're going down.
In order to claim his birthright as Fire Lord, Zuko challenges his sister to one last Agni Kai, who by this point has started to tip into the realm of insanity.
All your life you've used fear to control people, like your friends Mai and Ty Lee.
Well, what choice do I have? Trust is for fools. Fear is the only reliable way. Even you fear me.
Fueled by the power of Sozin's comet, the scale of this flame fest is unprecedented, with Zuko clearly having the edge over his deteriorating sibling, at least until he took a blow intended for Katara. From there, the once naive girl from the Water Tribe takes the stage, using her own bending skills to imprison Azula for good. It's the tag team match we didn't know we wanted, and ended up becoming one of the series' standout spectacles. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here's a few honorable mentions. Zuko versus Earthbenders.
Freeloaders abusing your power, mostly over women and kids. You don't want Lee in your army. You're sick cowards messing with a family who's already lost one son to the war.
Are you gonna let this stranger stand there and insult you like this?
The Blue Spirits versus Fire Nation Guards. Azula versus Mai and Ty Lee.
Why would you do it? You know the consequences.
I guess you just don't know people as well as you think you do. You miscalculated. I love Zuko more than I fear you.
Sokka versus Piandao.
I lied so that I could learn swordsmanship from you. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
No. This is my fight. Alone.
Zuko versus Katara.
Here for a rematch?
Trust me, Zuko. It's not gonna be much of a match.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Aang versus Ozai.
Please listen to me. We don't have to fight. You have the power to end it here and stop what you're doing.
You are right. I do have the power. I have all the power in the world!
It's the final battle to end all final battles, and it exceeded all expectations. Empowered by Sozin's comet, Ozai proved to be an opponent of such ferocity that even with 4 elements, Aang was left at the Phoenix King's mercy. Paired with his internal conflict in regards to killing, it looked like Aang was destined to lose, though that was quickly erased when he took the Avatar state to the next level, bending multiple elements in unison before finally bringing Ozai to his knees.
Come on out, little boy. You're about to be...
This leads to what might just be Aang's most defining moment as the Avatar, choosing to strip the Fire Lord of his bending instead of resorting to bloodshed. Balance restored.
What did you do to me?
I took away your fire bending. You can't use it to hurt or threaten anyone else ever again.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.